Hi everyone, welcome to the Sunshine Readers Book Club. I'm Miss Susan and I would like to talk a little bit about this book, Caterpillar Summer by Gillian McDunn. Now in this book, you're going to meet Cat, her brother Chicken, their mother Amanda, and their grandparents Megan and Lily. Cat is your typical 11-year-old girl looking forward to a 3-week vacation with friends, while their mother, who is the author-illustrator of the children's book series Caterpillar and Chicken, teaches a 3-week college class. Chicken, also known as Henry, but he doesn't like to be called Henry, is her 7-year-old brother who has special needs. Chicken thrives on routines. He doesn't like loud noises or crowded places. He's prone to meltdowns and the occasional disappearance. Early on in the book, we discover that Cat is a very responsible girl who worries about her brother when she is not with him. She knows how to calm him when he is overwhelmed and how to think like him when she can't find him. She is Big Sister, his protector. She takes that job very seriously. And like I said, they are both looking forward to their vacation when disaster strikes. Now let me tell you, they have just flown from their home in San Francisco all the way to Atlanta, Georgia, where the college is where Mom is going to teach, to find out that the friends that they were going to stay with had a family emergency and had to leave the country. Wow, that is a big disaster. So now what are we going to do? Well, Mom comes up with a plan for Cat and Chicken to spend time with their grandparents. Sounds like the perfect plan, right? Wrong. They've never met these grandparents. But nevertheless, they find themselves on Gingerbread Island, North Carolina, with Megan and Lily. And Cat wants to know, why have they never met their grandparents? Mom, not talking. And that makes Cat really want to find the answers to these questions. And some of these answers might not be exactly what you would expect. And what about Chicken? How does he react to all of this? Well, he reacts much differently than Cat. He almost immediately forms a bond with Lily, much to Cat's dismay. And, in fact, she's a little bit resentful of that. But all that does is fuels her desire to make friends with Megan. Now, Megan is very quiet and reserved, keeps to himself, kind of serious. So she has her work cut out for her. As the story unfolds, we find the grandparents are gently guiding Cat to be a kid and relinquish some of the responsibility for Chicken to them. Chicken is coming out of his shell and trying new things and making new friends. And they're having all kinds of new adventures with new people. They're eating new foods that they've never eaten before, like hushpuppies. And they even are learning, or at least Cat is learning how to fish. And she enters a fishing contest and she wants to win. And Mom, Amanda, who suddenly is beginning to realize that her daughter is growing up, but still needs time to be a kid and a little less responsibility. Being the glue that holds the family together is a lot of work, but Cat still needs time to be a kid. And just like a caterpillar that changes into a butterfly, all the characters in this book undergo a sort of metamorphosis, or they come to a lot of new understandings about things. And you have to sometimes be a kid to grow up, or the grown-ups have to be kids too sometimes. I think you should read this book if you haven't read it yet. Go ahead and check it out from the library. I really think that you will enjoy it. Thanks. Okay, so now since we know a little bit about the book Caterpillar Summer, Miss Crystal, Miss Michelle, and Miss Lisa are going to answer some trivia questions
about the book. So are you ladies ready? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Here we go.
What do we win? What do we win, Susan?
I know. Do we win
shark.
a shark?
You win a shark.
Oh, yay.
Cool.
We'll figure out. We'll figure it out. Okay, so the first question, number 1. What does cat and chicken's mom do for a living? Michelle.
She is an author and illustrator of the book Caterpillar and Chicken books. They're like an easy reader.
Yay! 1 point for Michelle. Yay! Yeah, huh? Next question. What is Chicken's favorite shark? Lisa.
It's the cookie cutter shark.
That's right, Lisa. Does the cookie cutter shark look like a cookie?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay, we'll probably find out more about that later.
Good.
Okay. Question number 3. Who is Rishi? Crystal.
It's Kat's best friend, and they're planning to spend 3 weeks with each other.
I know. That would be so fun to spend 3 weeks with your best friend, wouldn't it?
It would.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yes. Yeah. Away from kids.
Away from everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 4. Who are making... Really, I haven't asked the question.
She's an overachiever.
And, okay, I'm changing the question. What character...
I knew that answer too.
What?
I knew the answer to that one too.
Oh, okay. So what character is Kat in her mom's books?
Oh.
Okay, Lisa.
She's a caterpillar.
That's right, she is.
Oh, duh. Yeah.
Duh. Okay. And then who are Macon and Lily? Michelle.
That is Macon and Lily are grandparents that Caterpillar and Chicken did not know they had. And this is the first time they're meeting them.
That's correct. That is correct. Where do Macon and Lily live? Crystal.
Gingerbread Island, North Carolina.
Does that sound like a fun place to live?
It does.
Is it a real place?
Probably. I don't think so. I don't think so. There's probably, well, I know there's barrier islands in North Carolina, but I don't know that there's one called Gingerbread. I never researched that.
That would be an awesome place to go visit, though. Could you imagine a big giant gingerbread house there?
Oh, that would be cool. And there's ice cream there too.
There's ice cream there and gingerbread. Lemon curd to put on the gingerbread.
I think the kids should research that and put it in the chat box.
That's what they should do. That's what you should do.
Totally.
Research that and put that in the chat box.
Yes.
I would love to know that.
I would too. I probably should have researched that. Okay, so oh, here we go. Who are Harriet and Nettie, and how do Cat and Chicken meet them?
Ooh.
Oh, Lisa.
They're new friends on the island, and guess where they met them?
Where?
The library.
The library. Yay for the library.
Always
Great.
gets accepted at the library.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So Cat has never fished. And she learns how to fish, and she enters a fishing contest. What place does she come in at the end of the contest? Oh, Crystal.
Give it to Michelle, because I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, Michelle.
Second place?
That's correct. She comes in
Yeah, she didn't get first. Yeah, right. Yeah, she got
Yeah.
second place. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And
good. Fish.
That's the first, for a fishing tournament the first time. That's pretty good.
yeah,
She practiced though.
she did practice.
and practiced and researched and talked to the bait guy, what bait will work, what didn't.
Right.
So,
and
yeah,
her
did her
grandfather helped her too.
Yes, and grandfather came and she
Yeah.
got him.
She did develop that relationship. Yeah.
She surely did. Yes. So, here's a good one. What are cat and chicken's real names? Oh, I stumped you all.
Oh,
Lisa?
no.
Cat's real name is Catherine.
Yes.
I think chicken's real name, it begins with I think it's Henry?
That's right.
First to be
Catherine
called
and
chicken.
Henry.
Yes.
But Henry does not like to be called Henry. He prefers to be called Chicken.
Where did they get these nicknames?
Where did she get? Because when he was born, Kat thought he looked like a chicken, and that's what she called him. Was a chicken.
That's right.
That. Okay. So who is considered the glue that keeps the family held together?
Oh, yeah.
Michelle.
Definitely Caterpillar. Cat.
Yepper. She just is very responsible for an 11-year-old.
She is.
Yeah. And then Macon gave Kat something that was very unexpected. Who knows what it was? Crystal?
Her mom's old bike.
That's right. Her mom's old bike. Hey, you guys did good, but I lost track of who won.
Oh, no.
I think Lisa won. Yeah, Lisa won. No.
Wait a minute, I
You
don't
can
want a
take the
shark.
shark.
I don't want a shark. I don't want the shark.
You don't want a shark?
Michelle won.
What?
Michelle won.
Oh, Michelle won.
Michelle.
Okay.
Oh, I'll
Michelle
take a
won.
shark.
Okay, you'll take a shark.
Yes, I will.
Baby shark. No.
Baby shark.
Okay.
We're
So
silly
now
today,
we'll move.
guys.
What?
We're being silly today. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just discuss a little bit about the book. Some discussion questions. One of the trivia questions was that Cat was the glue that held the family together. And do you think that that's kind of a fair thing to have? You know, that's a lot of responsibility on an 11-year-old shoulder. Do you think that that's fair that she feels so responsible that she feels like she's got to be that glue? Lisa.
It's hard because I think mom needs help because mom's out working. So somebody needs to take care of chicken. So Kat's old enough to do it. So it's like helping the family out, but it's still hard because then Kat doesn't get to be a kid. She doesn't get to do things that she should be doing, like going out with her friends and things like that. So I think it's necessary because she has to help out the family because dad's not around anymore. But I think it's hard because she doesn't get to be a kid. She grow up too soon.
I agree.
Crystal?
This is probably a good time. I mean, I know doing all this and as many books as that we read, there's a lot of these situations. And I think one of the things that we've learned is communication where mom might need to just step in. It's like, hey, we need to sit down and talk and see where some needs aren't being met. And even if it's just sitting around the dinner table one night and saying, okay, you know what, let's figure out at least sometime during either a week or even if it's just once a month, hey, let's be a family and I'm going to give you a break because you're not mom. I'm the mom. Yeah. So just to give Kat a break to make her be able to be the kid, because it's so hard in single families. And I know mom and dad aren't divorced, she's a widower, and there's so many families that are like that now where either dad's raising the kids or mom's raising the kids or grandparents are raising the kids, and the kids maybe just out of thought that they don't want to be a burden on their family, so they feel like they have to grow up a little bit faster. But it is the adult's position to open up that discussion to say, hey, you're doing a little bit more than what you should be doing. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can do without I don't know, something. Yeah. I know having a single income is really hard, but it's really important for kids' mentality to know that they
Yeah.
come before something else. So
Yeah.
Maybe I hate to say it, but maybe instead of doing laundry one week, hey, you know what? Can you guys wear that shirt one more day? Even if, as long as it's not too stinky, let's wear that shirt one more day, or let's do this one more day. And we're going to skip it because we're going to go have a beach day, or we're going to go have a family day or something like that, where I'm mom and you guys get to go off and have a fun time.
Yeah.
That's
Um, so, and Chicken is special needs, and
yeah.
Cat is really feels responsible for him. Even when they're at school, she worries about him. And one of the things that he tends to do is disappear.
Mhm.
And Cat gets so worried. You know, she hunts him, she finds him, yes, but she doesn't want the mom to know that he goes on these little disappearances every once in a while, because she's afraid that the mom's not going to think, the mom will think that she's not being responsible and keeping her eye on him. And that's a big responsibility. How would you guys deal with that? Like if you had a sibling, a younger sibling that was special needs, and you just felt so you were the only one to be able to take care and not want to relinquish that. What do you think about that? Michelle?
I think it kind of goes back. I think it kind of goes back to what Crystal said. I do have friends that have special needs children. They do have older siblings. The older siblings, or in some cases twins, believe it or not, will take on that responsibility anyway. They're going to do it because they're family. They're going to do it because they love their family and they want what's best for their family. But like Crystal said, as an adult, the parents need to stop and say, I need to make this foundation or this family or this community that I'm in bigger. I need to find somebody to help me. I need to ask a parent. I need to ask an aunt. I need to ask a friend. And you need to build a structure so that the other sibling doesn't feel like they constantly have to be there. But that's the parent's responsibility again. The parent has to build that structure or find places that will assist, you know, whether it's because of this, she's a single family, she may not be able to afford it, but there are different programs that she needs to check into.
Lisa?
I think also that kids are always afraid that their parents are going to be upset with them. And I think that the brother running away is going to reflect poorly on her. She talks to mom knows what the brother does. You know, mom knows what Chicken does, and mom would know that it's not her fault that he ran away. You know, so if she could, again, to the communication, Ms. Crystal, if she could just talk to mom and maybe not feel afraid that she's going to get in trouble for that, then mom could come to school, and maybe mom and the teacher could work out something, or mom and the principal or whoever could work out something where, you know, they'd be able to stop it before he ran away or something like that.
Yeah, the conversation now before something really, because I mean, he's been able to find him up until some point, but at what point does it get to where she doesn't find him, something bad happens? How much guilt is that poor little kid going to feel? So,
And
Cat
needs to know all the cats in the world, all the kids in the world that are taking care of siblings, speak up. Go talk to your parents.
That's what they're there for. That's what that's what our parents are there for. That's what our adults and stuff that are in our lives is about, is, hey, we're not trying to put more burden on you. We're here to help you. What are you feeling? Tell us,
and
because
it's okay.
we want to help you. Yes, definitely.
So if you're a cat, go to a parent, go to a teacher, go to somebody that you trust and tell them this is too much for me, because you can. Right. When they were with the grandparents and Chicken disappeared towards the end of the book, you know, the grandfather was like to Cat, no, you just stay put. You're just a kid. And I think that with Cat was a light bulb went off in her head at that point. You know, you're right. I am just a kid. And she was mad because she wanted to go help look. But on the other hand, the grandfather was right. She was just a kid, and
Yeah.
they did find him.
Yeah.
But
They don't need two kids in trouble.
Right,
no,
right.
no, they don't. So one more little point to maybe discuss, because we've touched on it. Kat's mom is a single working mother, and she does put a lot of responsibility on Kat. Do you think that this is a realistic thing where I think we see a lot of this with parents that just expect the kids? And does the media, do TV shows portray accurately things like that? What do you think? Did I ask that question in a good way?
I think that
I think on certain points they do. Like this book here, there are so many books written on the aspect where kids are alone because parents are either off working or sidetracked, or mom or dad is just not a good parent. So there's hit and misses, and the media, for their aspect of it, I don't think they portray enough of how kids need to step up and ask for help, maybe, or how to talk to an adult and saying, hey, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm almost at my breaking point until something really bad happens. I think that's where, to me, media is lacking. And the way these books are written, they're great books, but maybe they don't show enough how kids can get themselves out of those situations.
Yeah, it might be a good idea, instead of reporting the news that a child was missing because they ran off, it might be a better idea to say, hey, for the next 5 minutes, you're going to see a hotline that you can call. We need to give kids the tools to be able to ask people for help. And I think that's where it lacks. I think the news media, everything, they're reacting to something that happens, as opposed to being proactive and putting maybe hotline numbers on the TV, or giving information to the kids.
Lisa, you wanted to say something?
I forgot what I was going to say. What's the question again? Do I think it's portrayed right? I don't think in many of the TV shows I watch, I don't see kids doing much of anything. But then growing up, I know that there was a certain place in my family, there were chores that I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
My father's job was to go to work and make money. My mother's job was to, and this was a while ago, was to stay home and take the kids in the house. Mm-hmm. My job was to do certain chores around the house. I didn't get an allowance. It's just what was expected. So I think it's different in all situations, but I don't see that much on TV shows now.
I think society's changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Where
Mm-hmm.
kids feel like, if I'm going to do chores, you're going to pay me. Mm-hmm. As opposed to, you're just going to, I remember coming home, there was a list, what I had to do when I got home from school, and you did it. I never questioned. Mm-mm. If I don't do this, what will happen to me? I have no idea, because I knew just to do it. So cultures have changed. The culture has changed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, that was a very enlightening discussion. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so we should just move right along to the next activity, I guess.
I think
Crystal,
the next
should we
activity
stop recording
is,
and then start.
Hush puppies. Aren't we getting ready to see some hush puppies?
we're going to do hush puppies.
Yeah, yes, hush puppies.
Ooh, that sounds
and
delicious.
Ice cream.
That's right.
And yeah.
How to get your library card.
How to get your library card. That's all coming up. So stay tuned.
That's right.
Cat and Chicken have never eaten hush puppies before. Can you imagine? Mr. Jonathan, however, is a hush puppy connoisseur, and he is going to share his hush puppy making expertise with us. So take it away, Mr. Jonathan.
Hi there, it's Mr. Jonathan, and I'm all dressed for cooking today because we're going to be making hush puppies. But first, let's take a trip all the way to North Carolina, where I'm from, and visit my family restaurant and see how hush puppies are made there.
This is Anna. She is an expert hush puppy maker. She's starts with a Hushpuppy mix. That is a special blend that we have milled at a local mill here. Flour, corn flour, and some other ingredients. And we have to go through the mixing process. It requires getting it just to the right consistency. The best thing to use in this case is your hands, because that way you can tell what the consistency is and get it exactly the way you want it. All right, Anna is finished. She has to let it rise for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then it should be ready. Okay, Anna is now preparing the Hushpuppy machine. It's a huge vat, a special machine designed just for dropping hush puppies. So now she's going to put the Hushpuppy batter into the Hushpuppy machine. You notice the Hushpuppy mix has already risen quite a bit. The Hushpuppy mix is getting ready to go into the deep vat, which we cook fat back in first for 2 reasons. We sell fat back, and the oil from the pig, the fat from the fat back, helps to give a good flavor to the Hushpuppies. You notice she'll just go round and round, dropping Hushpuppy. It drops 2 at a time into the mix. Doesn't take long to cook Hushpuppy. You just have to keep them moving so they'll flip over and don't brown on one side. Alright, the Hushpuppies are almost done. They turn a golden brown. They're really hot at this point, so you have to give them some cooling time. Alright, now we're going to scoop them up. Look at how pretty those Hushpuppies are. They're beautiful.
Hi, it's Henry and Mr. Jonathan.
And we're making...
Hushpuppies.
Oh boy, who did we get to watch make Hushpuppies?
Papa D and Anna.
Yeah, who is Papa D to you?
My grandpa.
He's your grandpa, and he's Mr. Jonathan's daddy. And they were at the Robin's Nest, which is our family restaurant in North Carolina, isn't it?
And all the people know me.
All the people know you. So today, we're making Hushpuppies, so let's tell them what we need. Right, Henry?
We need
Cornmeal.
cornmeal.
We need flour. We need baking powder. We need sugar. We need salt. We need onion. Chopped up onion. We need
egg.
1 egg. We need
milk.
milk. And we're going to need a big bowl, some measuring spoons and measuring cups, a whisk, a spoon, and an air fryer.
I love you so much, Papa D.
Aw, and we need some spray olive oil. You ready? Okay, here we go. So to start, we're going to take our
You're the
big
best
bowl.
grandpa ever.
Yeah, Papa D's the best grandpa ever. I agree. Okay, we need a big bowl. We need our cornmeal first. So we're going to do 1 whole cup of cornmeal. Here we go.
You're spelling it a little.
I know, but this is savory cooking. This isn't baking. So if we're not exact, that's okay.
It smells so good.
Oh, it smells so good.
I need that.
Yeah, oh, it smells bad. Okay. So we need 3/4 cup of flour. And remember, it's savory cooking, so if you're a little under or a little over, not a big deal. As long as you end up with the right consistency. We need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, right? So 1, and I'm gonna eyeball it about a half. Boop, throw it in there. And we need 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. Here we go. And dumping that in there.
Can you pour 1 scoop in my mouth?
1 scoop of sugar in your mouth. Maybe at the end, okay? Maybe. And we need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're gonna stir those together. Can you do that for me? Can you whisk those together? Okay, so we mix our dry ingredients first, and then we're going to mix up our wet ingredients. And are you ready? We're going to dump in our chopped onions. What did Daddy do when he was chopping up the onions?
He had tears.
Yeah, I cried. They make me cry. Do you want to crack the egg?
Sure.
Okay,
And mix
go for it. Oh, good job. Oh, good. And I don't think we got any shell in there. Daddy wasn't doing a very good job of watching, was he? Good job. And remember, we have to wash our hands after this, don't we? You can wash them now. That's always good to wash your hands when you're using egg because you could get salmonella on your fingers, right? So you always want to wash your hands when you're done handling the dough. And we need half a cup of milk. That's the last ingredient. We're mixing it up, and if it's not the right consistency, if it's too thick, we can add a little bit more milk. If it's too thin, that's okay. Just go back and add more of the cornmeal and the flour together. All right, actually, it looks like it's pretty good. It's kind of doughy, kind of like Play-Doh, but not as thick. And I think that's going to be pretty good. So we're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes. What should we do for 5 minutes? Should we take a dance break? Should we dance while we wait for this? No, what should we do? Play in your room. All right, we're going to play in his room for 5 minutes, and then we're coming back to make these hush puppies. Okay, so now our dough has sat out for 5 minutes. It's pretty stiff, which is great. I've got my air fryer lined with foil, and I'm going to go ahead and spray that with our olive oil spray. Ready? Here we go. There we go. And all I gotta do is take a little ball of this. Oh, I should have put some flour on my hands to keep them from being so stuck together. I take a little ball of this, and I'm gonna plop it down into my air fryer right on the little foil. There we go. If it wants to get off my hand. Oh, there we go. And I'll do enough to like fit in there, but I don't want them to be touching, right? And once I've got them ready and lined up to fry, I'm gonna spray them generously with the olive oil again, and then I'll put them in the air fryer at 390 degrees for 5 minutes. I'll take them out, I'll spray them again, and I'll put them back in for another 5 minutes. And let's see how they come out once they're done. I can't wait. Voila! We have our finished hush puppies. I'm not gonna lie, they look a little bit more like a biscuit, but let's find out. We're gonna cut into them. Ooh. All right. So we have our hush puppy that we made in the air fryer, which is different because the recipe that we watched made at the restaurant was made in hot oil, right? Which gives it kind of a different flavor. Remember, because they cooked their hush puppies in fatback. So it has all of that grease from cooking fatback. But now I've buttered mine. I'm gonna have a taste. Let's see. Oh, I like that. That's a very nice little treat. Now I need some chicken and a glass of iced tea. That was fun. Thanks for joining me on this recipe adventure.
Those look delicious, Mr. Jonathan. Thank you. But now I'm hungry for hush puppies. Oh well, maybe later. So Cat and Chicken pay a visit to the local library where they meet Harriet and her brother Nettie. And they sign up for the summer reading program, but they don't check out any books at this time. Why not? Why do you suppose they don't check out books? They need something very important. They need a library card. Do you know how to get your own library card? Well, if you don't, this next segment will tell you how.
Excuse me, hello. I want to get all these books. How much will that cost?
That's going to be about $8 million.
What did you say?
$8 million?
That's insane.
Hey, nothing's cheap these days.
But that's way too much. I'm just a kid.
Sorry, that's just what it costs.
For that amount, they really should do something special.
No, not really.
Then why are they so expensive?
I don't know. But do you want them?
No, they're still way too much money. How's a kid supposed to afford that?
Oh, you want something a kid can afford?
Yes.
Oh, Well, Let me look here. Maybe I might. Oh,
What do you have? What is it?
something special.
What is that?
It's a magic pass to all the worlds that have ever been imagined and all the people who have ever lived.
All of them?
The most powerful wizards in the world live here. An evil dragon, mean kings, loving queens, zombies, vampires, and a talking toaster. You can find them all with this card.
Who can get one?
Everyone.
But I bet it's way expensive, though.
No, you get a special deal on your very first one.
What kind of deal?
Come here. Come here. It's free.
Get out!
Nope. I just need to see your parents.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna go get my mom, okay? Mom! Mom! Mom!
What's the rush?
I want a magic card.
A what? She wants a library card.
Oh, what do I have to do?
I just need some basic information and to see an ID.
Okay.
All right. Once you do that, then you can borrow everything that we have here in the library. And once you bring it back, you can get more.
How many can I get?
A lot.
Wow.
Yep.
Is that all we have to do?
That's right. It looks like you have everything in order right here. All right. So here you go.
Mom, is it okay if I hold my card?
Sure.
Wow.
Now be sure to keep it safe and write your name on the back of it so that only you can use it.
I will.
Oh, so what do you want to get today?
I want it all.
That's great. All right, if you would like to visit any of our libraries, we have several locations available to you. We have the West Osceola Library in Celebration, the Poinciana Library, the Hart Memorial Library in Kissimmee, the Buenaventura Lakes Library, and the Veterans Memorial Library in St. Cloud. They are open Monday through Saturday from 9 until 6, and the Kenansville Library is open on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 10 until 6.
And with your library card, you can check out up to 50 items on your card at one time. You can check out books for 3 weeks and DVDs for 1 week.
Wow, did you know we have online resources? We do. The Cloud Library gives you access to books, movies, music, audio books, all from the comfort of your home.
Wow, there is so much to see and do at your library.
So come see us at the library. Come visit us. We hope to see you soon.
See ya!
That was really cute, Miss Crystal, Miss Lisa. And just like chicken in the book, Miss Lisa wants it all. And you know what? I would like to have something right now. I would like to have some ice cream. You know, in the book, Kat and her grandfather Macon visit Miss Sunshine's ice cream shop. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? I kind of like them all, but my favorite has to be chocolate chip cookie dough. And here with a recipe for very easy homemade ice cream is Miss Michelle.
Hi, Miss Michelle from Poinciana Library here, bringing you how to make homemade ice cream. That's right. If you remember in the book, Caterpillar went to get ice cream and with Macon. So we are going to make our own ice cream. To make your own ice cream, you need a large baggie, a smaller baggie, milk. It could be white milk or it could be chocolate milk, strawberry milk. That's up to you. And the important ingredient is the salt. Now I use the ice cream salt because it comes in bigger chunks, but you can absolutely use table salt. It's just going to take a little bit more in order to make it. All right, so you're going to take the smaller bag, you're going to open it up, and you're going to pour some milk in. Then you're going to kind of let the air out. I'm going to Ziploc this one up. All right. Put the lid back on our milk. Then you're going to take your bag and you're going to fill it with ice. And I already put ice in this one. And then I added the table salt, or the ice cream salt or table salt, whichever one you want to use. And it's important that you use enough. If you don't use enough, then it won't turn out very well. So double check my bag. Now I'm going to put the little bag inside the big bag. I'm going to zip up, push the air out of it, zip up the big bag. Now my ice and salt are in the big bag. My ice cream's in the little bag, and I'm mixing it. And what happens is that the salt melts the ice. But in doing so, there's a chemical reaction that causes the ice, when it melts, the ice water in the bag is now below freezing. And that's why the milk freezes. So you're going to take your bag and you're going to mix it up. And I suggest using a towel so little fingers don't get frozen. And you're just going to move it back and forth. Just keep moving it back and forth. And then in about 5 to 7 minutes, you're going to see where the milk is actually starting to freeze into the bag. It's going to look thick. So we'll return in just 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. And when I look at it, I can see that the milk is now frozen. Okay. And that might take 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm going to open the first bag, pull out the second bag. I want to see if we have, ooh, we do have ice cream. Got some ice going on here too. Shake all the ice and salt off of it. Put this bag back in here. I'm going to take a towel that I use to move it around a little bit. Kind of wipe the salt off of the bag. All right, now we're going to open up the ice cream bag. And the other thing that I forgot to mention that you would need that's very important, a spoon. Okay, I'm going to try it first. Take a little bite. Oh my God. I love chocolate ice cream. They're good. But I also like chocolate chips in my ice cream. Get some chocolate chips going here. And I'm going to put some marshmallows in. And this is my ice cream, so I'm going to use my hands because I'm going to be the one eating it. Okay, then I'm going to take some almonds. Pour some almonds in. Gonna mix that up a little bit. And you can put anything. I mean, you can put chocolate chips, you can put M&Ms. Totally up to you. Whatever you want to put in your ice cream. All right, Now I'm going to take a bite with the marshmallows and chocolate chips and almonds. Kind of like a Rocky Road ice cream. Oh yeah. That's the good stuff, guys. I hope you enjoyed the program on how to make homemade ice cream. See you guys later.
Chocolate ice cream? Oh, yummy in my tummy. That looks so good, Miss Michelle. But be careful. If you take your ice cream with you to the beach, be careful you don't get sand in it. Oh my goodness. What kind of things do you like to take to the beach with you to play with? Maybe a ball or a boogie board. Sometimes you'll take a bucket and a shovel so that you can dig in the sand and make sand castles. But you know what? Did you know you can make sand kind of to play in at home? That's right, you can make kinetic sand. And Lisa and Crystal are here to show us how you can make some kinetic sand to play in at home. Make sure you have your bucket.
Hi, everybody. I'm Miss Lisa from the West Osceola Library.
I'm Miss Crystal from the Veterans Memorial Library.
And today, Miss Crystal and I are going to work together to make some kinetic sand. Miss Crystal, do you have all the supplies you need?
I think so.
All right. How about you guys at home? Let's check the list. Do you have your play sand?
I do.
Do you have your cornstarch?
Check.
Do you have your dish soap?
Oh, yeah.
And do you have some water?
Lots of water. We're in Florida.
The last thing you'll need is you'll need a bucket or a pail or something that you can mix in. Do you have that, Miss Crystal?
I don't have a bucket, Miss Lisa.
Miss Crystal, you can share mine. We can work together.
I love it. Let's try.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 cup of play sand and I'm going to pour it into my bucket.
Wow.
I'm going to give it over to Miss Crystal. Ready, Miss Crystal?
Okay. I got it. You ready?
There we go.
Wow, that's a heavy bucket.
Crystal is going to take a 1/2 tablespoon of cornstarch and mix it into that play sand. And while she's mixing, make sure that you guys are doing this someplace that can get dirty because it might get a little messy. We don't want you to do it over anything that's going to get ruined. And while Miss Crystal is mixing that up, I'm going to take my 1 cup of water. I'm going to take my 1 tablespoon of dish detergent, and I am going to mix my dish detergent into my water, and I'm going to stir that up. So you're mixing them separately. And then we're going to pour the water into the sand mixture.
I think mine's all mixed up, Miss Lisa.
Is it? All right, I'm ready for it. And you want to make sure that when you put your water in it, you only put a little bit at a time because if you use too much, it's going to be too watery. So we put
Glad you're doing that.
a little bit, all right? And I'm going to mix it.
Well, Miss Lisa, just remember too that if we put too much water in it, if we set it aside for a while, that water will evaporate and it'll help with our texture. So we just got to remember to do that because I'm a heavy pourer.
Miss Crystal, once we're done with this, how are we going to store this?
I think we should probably put it in baggies so that it'll seal, because like I said, the water evaporate and it'll dry out and get kind of just too dry where we'll have to have more water. But if we stick it in a baggie, it'll be just fine for a very long time.
Crystal, I'm tired of stirring. Can you take over for a while?
Yeah, hand it over to me. I got it. There we go.
Oh,
Let me grab
good.
my fork here.
While Miss Crystal is mixing, you just want to remember too that it's always better to put a little bit in and add more later. It's easier that way than to try. You won't be able to take some of that water out. How's it?
And it'll take a long time to evaporate.
Yeah. How does it look?
I think it look. Do you think we should add more water? I think it's okay.
If you think it's okay, let me see.
Here, you look at it and you tell me.
I think it's okay. And you know what? It didn't take, even though they said to use a cup of water, it really didn't even take very close to that at all. So really.
No. And we're great stirrers. We stirred it a lot.
We did stir it a lot. Miss Crystal, are you ready?
Yeah, let's see it.
Look, that looks amazing. You did so
Lisa, Can I see that?
Cornmeal.
Because something's different.
Here, Miss Crystal.
What happened?
How did that happen, Miss Crystal? Mine
I
was
don't know. It's got to be a lot of fun, though.
magic sand.
Magic sand.
Oh, that kinetic sand looks like so much fun. And now all of us are going to share some fun facts about our favorite sharks.
Okay, and now we're going to talk about some fun facts about our favorite sharks. So I chose the cookie cutter shark because because that's Chicken's favorite shark. And this is a picture of a cookie cutter shark. They are the smallest shark. They're only about 12 inches long. There's two different species of them. There's this one, which is the small tooth cookie cutter shark, and he's got the ring around his head area there. And the other one is the large tooth cookie cutter shark. Both of them are in the genus called Isistius, which is for the Egyptian god Isis, or goddess Isis. And the reason that they were called that, because Isis was, one of the things she was the goddess of was the heavenly lights. And the cookie cutter sharks are how do you say that? They glow in the dark. They're what?
Ooh.
Phosphorescent.
Yes, they're phosphorescent, and their bellies glow. So when they're swimming in the dark, their bellies glow, and anything that would be a predator sees that and doesn't think it's something to eat. But from above, the top of them is brown, and something looking down just sees this little brown thing and doesn't pay it any attention. And that's when the cookie cutter shark strikes. They have the largest teeth in proportion to their body than any other shark, even like the great white, because they're small. So their teeth are in proportion to their body. They've got the largest teeth. And the teeth on the top of their mouth are little like needle-like things. And the ones on the bottom, they kind of look like a picket fence, and they each do different things. When they come up to their prey, their lips make a suction cup. Why are you laughing, Crystal? The lips.
So I'm just like, where are these sharks at? I'm not going in the water.
Brazil. You
I'm
probably won't find them like when you go to Cocoa Beach. But when they come up to their prey, their lips catch on like a suction cup. They sink the top teeth in and the bottom teeth go in, and then they turn. And when they turn, they go boop, and they pull out a round divot out of the prey and eat that. And that's why they're called cookie cutter sharks, because it's round. But it's more like if you take an ice cream scoop and scoop ice cream, it leaves that
I keep
kind
picturing one of those biscuit turner things.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And the other thing about their teeth too is, like, most sharks will only lose one or two teeth at a time. But if they lose one tooth, the whole row comes out. And then the next row pops up. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that they do that. So that is my fun shark facts about cookie cutter sharks. And I guess who would be next? Lisa?
It's Michelle.
Michelle? Michelle's next.
Yay! All right, my favorite shark is the sand tiger. Okay, and the sand tiger is related to the great white shark. The teeth.
Oh, look,
Those
he's
scary
smiling.
I know he's smiling. He's like, hello. Though they look scary, they are like fishing hooks for him. So he uses his teeth to eat his prey. And in order to stay floating all the time, they have to gulp in a large amount of air to stay buoyant and to stay floating in the water. Then they have to go back up, get more air, and then go back into the water. And they have to keep moving in order to stay alive. And that's my shark. And Lisa, what's your favorite shark?
My favorite shark is the hammerhead shark. Look at that one. Now, the hammerhead's eyes are positioned on the sides of the hammered head, so it can see 360 degrees. And that means they can see above and below them at all times. However, they have a huge blind spot directly in front of their nose. So they can see all around them, but in front of their nose, they can't see.
That's pretty sick.
Kind of crazy. All right. And then here we go. My next fact is that they are found worldwide. They like warmer waters, but during summer, they can find large schools of migrating hammerhead sharks. They go to cooler water. And because the schools often swim in shallow water, they are one of the few animals that can actually get tan from the sun. So,
Oh, wow.
powerful.
That's kind
And
of
then
cool.
that's actually a pretty good picture to see his head. Now,
Oh, wow.
there are 9 different species of hammerhead sharks. The great hammerhead is the largest, and he measures about 13 feet long and weighs about 500 pounds. So that's way different than Susan's cookie cutter shark.
Oh, yeah.
And then, does anybody know what the hammerhead's favorite meal is?
Cookies.
Oh, no, that's my favorite meal. His favorite meal is the stingray.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Stingrays. And my last
They
one.
look kind of like warm water, huh?
Yeah. There aren't many fossil records for most sharks because they do not have what they call mineralized bones. That means they're more like soft cartilage. So usually it's only their fossilized teeth that are found. So according to scientists, the ancestor of the hammerheads probably lived about 20 million years ago.
Wow. Very cool.
Wow.
And now, Miss Crystal, what's your shark?
My favorite shark is no longer in existence, but it is the megalodon.
Oh, wow.
Look
Yeah.
at that mouth.
Yeah, it's the largest predator that ever lived. It's bigger than any land dinosaur. It has
Oh my
the
God.
largest megalodon tooth that was ever found was nearly 7.5 inches long. They had about 276 teeth that were in 5 rows. And this is a very common fossil to find for them. And the thing with them is you can find their teeth here in Florida.
Oh, cool.
I think that's cool. They are not related to the great white shark, even though they kind of look like it. They're they're a different kind of shark. And they are so big that they would eat whales for breakfast.
Oh my gosh. That's huge.
they had a
That's
it
big.
is.
Yeah.
Most powerful bite of any animal, bigger than most powerful than T-Rex or anything. And unfortunately, they went extinct about 2.6 million years ago.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, the fun thing about that
Kind
is,
of happy about that.
yeah, because here I'll show you a picture again in a minute. They can be found, and they have found juvenile nursery areas, where they raise their babies in the Bone Valley region of Florida. So they swam around where Florida, the Florida is and everything. So good thing, because this is another reason I wouldn't have went into the water. But here's let me see if I can get it up there. Here's the size-wise. The top picture is the largest, what they consider the largest of the megalodon, which is the gray one. The red one is where the average size is for what the megalodon would have grown to be on average size. The next size down is the whale shark, which is one of the biggest creatures in the ocean. Yeah. And then that little tiny one, that little bottom one there is the great white shark.
Oh,
wow.
So size-wise,
So that's like mine. That's like my the sand tiger. My gosh,
so
you can eat it for breakfast.
And compared to people, I mean, if he opens his mouth, it's like, oh, that's just a nibble right there. Susan's shark would have been like sardines to him.
Yep.
For that. But this right here, even though he's not real, there's 2 of these. They have 2 models. There's one in San Diego in a museum there. But this one here is at the Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C. So if you want to go see the shark, visit your local museum there in D.C. because there's some awesome news and information about them there.
Super cool.
Super cool. Yeah.
And he's not alive anymore.
Yeah, really. Thank goodness. So thank you, everybody. And you know, the word I was looking for with the glow in the dark thing was bioluminescence, because they produce this on their own. It's not that they absorb the light and then glow. They produce it internally. But phosphorescence was a good guess.
Better than I would have had.
Yeah. So hey, it helps to read your notes once in a while too, I guess. So thank you guys. Thank everybody for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed our book and our little game, our trivia game, and our
Ice
fun
cream.
facts.
Hey,
And our
let
ice
us know
cream.
what your favorite sharks are. We would love to hear some of your facts and stuff that you have about
Yes.
your favorite shark too.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Definitely. Definitely. Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys.